So I've thought about how I have reframed things in my mind. And when we look at what our ideal person wants and the serving and helping those and managing our responsibilities, then it doesn't feel like juggling. I don't like the word juggling. Okay. I like serving and managing our responsibilities. Okay. So I don't want to be like, I'm juggling my only child mom life and my business. I don't like the word juggling. Maybe it's just me, but I want to think about as I'm serving my family, I am managing my family, my home, my responsibilities, and my business. So whether you are a business owner and you're traveling a lot this summer, or you're a business owner and you have your grandkids a lot this summer, or you're a business owner and you have grade school children like me, or you're a business owner and you have toddlers, or you're a business owner and you have an only child, which is also me. We are all wanting to have a balanced summer. And so we're going to start with the first thing that I'm going to do, that I am really soaking in of giving myself permission. And I'm not saying I'm giving myself permission to go for a spa day or giving myself permission to work all day and ignore my kid. Like, that's not the type of self love. I do not like that. I am not here for the self love. Okay. I am here for taking care of yourself, but I'm not here for the self love, hashtag self love. No, no, I'm not in here for that. Okay. But I want you to picture this. You're sitting at your desk, you're continuing to work, and your child comes to you, your school age kiddo comes to you and says, "When are you going to be done?" Which has happened to me in the past because when I get on a roll, I just keep going and it's not healthy for anybody. And so instead of battling the guilt of working too long, it's time to give yourself permission. And that's what I'm doing this summer. Permission to prioritize your kiddo, permission to not overwork, and permission to pull your hours back. Uh, and, in the summertime is a perfect time to do that. And we're setting a great example for our kids to see that they are important. Our business is important, but they are important just as much, even more than the business. Okay. So that's what we want to show and model for our kids, that they're more important than business. We're still going to do business, but we're going to pull our hours back. Okay. And the way that we can do that is for giving ourselves permission. And then let me give you a hot tip. There are two hot tips. Okay. That I want to give you. And even if it's ordering groceries and picking them up online to save some time, or giving something to your VA, your virtual assistant, to do, is going to lighten your mental load. Because I think a lot of it is the mental process that we put on ourselves and that is really in our business. And so when we lighten that load by either giving some responsibilities to someone else, expecting more of the kiddos, for with chores and things like that, but then also doing the practical things. The power of outsourcing is really strong, and it could be a really great time to do that during the summer. So delegate things that don't require you and consider hiring a virtual assistant just to handle the emails and the, you know, little things that maybe don't have to be done by you. So these small steps are going to free up your time. And I'm saying this to myself because I really started thinking like, Ren, what does your summer want to look like? What do you want your summer in your business to look like? And what do you want your summer with your kiddo to look like? And you have to really think about that before it's here. Okay. So there are some small steps that you can take to free up your time. What I really want to talk about is setting your boundaries in place. Okay. So the first thing we talked about was give yourself permission that it's okay to pull back your hours. What is that law of, what is it called? The law of, I can't remember what it's called. There is something, I'll have to put it in the show notes. Oh my word. I can't remember what it's called, but it's the law of where you set enough time to get something done. But if I go into a day and say, okay, it's Wednesday, I'm going to take the whole day to write my episode and maybe write 2 episodes today. Okay. If I set and say, okay, that's 9 to 2, I'm going to use up the whole time, 9 to 2 for that. But if I say, hey, between 9 and 10, I'm going to write 2 episodes, it's going to get done. Um, I mean, and you hear boundaries, the word, and you're like work life balance, la, la, la. And when your workspace, where your office, which I'm in my mom and dad's dining room, and it doesn't have a door, I mean, have a curtain, but when your workspace is very close to the playroom or where your kiddo is, then you've got to establish clear boundaries to maintain sanity, really, maintain your focus, and then also having that time with your kids as well. So, when you decide what your boundaries are for your business and then also for your fun with your kids, then it really is important to set those boundaries up. When you do that, it is going to really help you. I thought about this and I love that some people have a sign that says mom at work, mompreneur at work, or some kind of visual cue that has, on the outside of my curtain or the outside of your door where it's, you know, uh, told to your kids, hey, I'm going to work from 9 to 10, or I'm going to work from 9 to 11 this morning. And that's when mommy's going to get all her work done. And then, or, all the most work that you need to get done. And then you can do this craft I got for you. And, you can do your reading assignment because, we all have summer reading, summer, the kids, which means we do too, right? Then you do those when I'm working. And then after that, we're going to go to the pool. Or after that, we're going to go on a walk the dog. We're going to go to the park. We're going to have a play date, la, la, la. Okay. And so when you do that, it's setting boundaries. And so that's my hot tip for this, for boundaries, is to create a visual cue that signals your availability to your kids. And I think it's going to help. Okay. So the next thing I want to talk about is have a plan, but to hold that plan loosely. I know as business owners, we have a plan. We know what we're going to do for our business. We probably know what we're going to do with our kiddos and the excitement and the fun that you're going to have this summer, but make sure that you hold that plan loosely. So summer is equal to spontaneous usually, right? But having a plan will prevent the chaos. So just having a plan, embrace the freedom of flexibility. And that's why probably you went into business for yourself, was because you wanted the freedom of flexibility and that you can be doing spontaneous things with your kiddos. And so create a schedule. So that's where the plan comes. You have a plan, create a schedule that accommodates both your business and your commitments to that on a scale back level, yes, and being fully present with your child and their needs for fun in the sun and your needs for fun in the sun with your kiddos. Okay. So let me tell you my plan. I want to tell you what I'm doing. I have polled some people and I've asked people, like, what are they doing? And with more, grade school kids, what are they doing with only child kiddos? And that I kind of came up short because I couldn't find anything with only child kids. So I'm creating it on my own because I'm like, I don't I couldn't find anything out there specifically for only children. And so I'm like, okay, this is what I'm going to do. The first thing I'm going to do is meeting with one-on-one clients while my son is at morning day camp. He is at morning day camp 2 days a week. So on Tuesdays and Thursdays, most every week, he is going to go to a half day camp, a 9 to 12 day camp. And so I'm going to meet with one-on-one clients during that time. It's dedicated to my clients. He's off having fun at camp. Awesome. And I'm dedicated to those clients with no interruptions. I think that's really important for my clients and for me. And so that's the first thing I'm going to do. Number two is I'm going to sell my service that makes the most sense for me in the summer. Okay. So my one-on-one clients or my group clients are going to be in the Tuesday, Thursday, the time when it is undistracted time and my son is having fun at a camp. Okay. So that's what I'm going to do there. But I'm going to sell of over that, over and above that, I'm going to sell my service that makes the most sense for me. So that's going to be on the go. That's going to be, I have 2 spots for one-on-one coaching this summer. I've filled one of them. So I have one more spot that might actually end up being a group program situation because I have a couple other people that want to work with me this summer. And I think I might do a group since I only have one more spot this summer in June and July. So, but Voxer coaching is what I am going to start. I've sold it, but I'm going to start promoting a little bit more because it is on the go. It is like me. I'm on the go and I can answer that at a certain time of my day where it is not going to take a whole one-on-one, a whole lot of pockets of time. Other days when my son is at home, I plan to work 2 hours per day. That's it. So whatever doesn't get done. And I'm happy with that. I'm totally happy with that. So 1 hour in the morning, 1 hour in the afternoon, or 2 hours straight in the mornings. I'm not sure how that's going to work. And some days it might be, hey, it's an hour this morning and an hour this afternoon, or some days it's going to be 2 hours at a time. And so if I need to work an extra early morning, like if I'm onboarding someone or something like that, getting someone set on Voxer coaching, then I might have to do an extra early morning or extra late at night, but it's not going to be the norm. It is definitely going to be, I'm going to get something, whatever I need to get done in a day. If it can be done it has to be done in 2 hours. And that's it. I have 8 more summers with him. 8. He's 10. And so I have 8 more summers and really probably just 7 because the 8th one is when he's going to be graduated. And at that point, who knows, but I have 7, 8 summers more with him. And I don't want it to be tied down to just doing the work. Okay. I want to have a fun time with him too. And remember, I have an elementary age kiddo and who is also an only child. So this is going to look different for everybody. It's going to look different for your family. It's going to look different for you if you're a grandmom and you're taking care of your grandkids twice a week. This is what's going to work for us. So I'm reminding myself, okay, that summer is a season and it is to celebrate that season. It is full of spontaneous trips to the pool. It is spontaneous play dates. I want to incorporate exciting outings and family adventures in our loose plan. Remember, we're making a plan, but we're holding it really loosely. And so I want to know I want to know from you, what are your tips and tricks? I would love to hear them. Email me at ren@renrobbins.com or message me on Facebook or on Instagram. I would love to hear your tips and your tricks. These 3 things are what we are going to do. And I'm excited and I'll report back in August to say how it went, but I'm really excited about having a structured plan that I'm holding loosely, but I'm spending a lot of quality time with my kiddo. And so whatever works for you, I want you to do it where you are balancing your work and you're not overworking. And then but you are spending a lot of time with your kids. And I want to say this episode was inspired by my friend Erica Goody. She is a soloist business owner and her priorities for her family are totally inspirational. And she encourages me without her knowing that to use my gifts, my talents well to bring in income for my family and to be all in as a mom when the kids come home from school. She has totally inspired me to go for both and that I can do all the work that I need to get done during school hours or on a cut back schedule in the summer and still be able to run a business smoothly by pulling back, but then also giving tons of quality present time with my son. And I've just given her a shout out for that. And I'm going to also say you can find her brilliant financial money podcast called Coaches, Consultants, and Money. I helped her launch, and you will be so excited to hear from her every week. And then also, like, not knowing what she's going to say next and being encouraged by her. She has the most delightful personality. So go check her out, check her podcast out. But I wanted to tell her that she is inspirational in how she manages and serves her family well. So I'm going to go back to that point at the beginning where I was talking about Voxer coaching. If you have a podcast already and you need some strategy, you're like, I want to start the fall off well. I have a podcast, but I don't know what to do with my content, or I don't know how to highlight the things that I have for sale. My content plan is a mess, or I'm just not even sure like what to do. I want to be able to help you with that this summer through our Voxer coaching. And so just send me a message if you have a question about that and if you want to talk about that further. So these are my tips. These things are what I'm going to do to have the freedom of flexibility and to manage my business as a solo entrepreneur, but also being a full-time present mom, because that is what I'm called to do above everything else. And so I am excited for the summer. So let me know how your summer is starting. What is your schedule going to look like? And I will report back to what I'm doing this summer and how it went, really. All right. Remember, I am here to help you because life is too short to just wing it. Talk to you later, friend.